Dear Future Carla, today is January 2nd, 2020. Today's the second video entry for this Dear Carla series. Yesterday was January 1st, and unfortunately, due to a series of events and also due to nerves, I actually didn't do my video entry. I am here with the lizard formerly known as Fiona. We're still figuring out what his name will be because he's a boy. And I hope that you, Future Carla, had picked out a really wonderful name to call him. Because currently I'm at wit's end. I can't figure out what to call him. Deku is one of them. Godzilla, Reptar, Orion, Lunaris. We've been going through like a ton of names. We've gone through Vector, SBO, and we can't just pick a name. And I feel bad because I can't call my lizard by any name because his name was Fiona and he's not a Fiona. What's really cool about him is that today we were cleaning up the closet and we were looking through the different containers that I have in there and just sorting out things because the theme of this year is declutter and inspire. And for the first quarter, I want to focus on decluttering. And he was with me the entire time. There was sometimes that I completely forgot he was on my shoulder. And it was so cool that this lizard who used to jump for me, jump up my face, is now completely chill with me. Or, at least 75% chill. He's kind of climbing on my leg right now. And he's thinking about how to escape. So I'm keeping an eye on him. But if at any time this video goes haywire, it's because he ran away and I needed to chase him. What else? Today I also did some video work. I'm 100% done with the Lavender Artist of Life workbook video that I was editing, but it's an hour long, and I'm unsure of whether or not I want to upload it on YouTube and whether or not I want to make it a private video or a public video, or whether or not it's even possible. I may need to cut it down so that way I could upload it in parts. But since I'm using iMovie and not Final Cut Pro or After Effects or Premiere, I don't think I have a lot of options when it comes to doing iMovie. And I know I could do Premiere, but I've been intentionally doing all these videos on iMovie because the whole point is that I want to get these videos done quick and fast. And they're all really low quality right now because I really want to get used to the habit of recording, editing, and uploading videos. I really don't want to be fussing about, the fancy subtitles, effects. Do I cut enough times? Do I make it interesting for your eyes to look at? Right now, it's more about getting me used to the camera because I'm a little bit nervous around the camera. And getting used to editing and getting used to incorporating it into my workflow. Eventually, when I feel that my videos are better, I'll put a lot more quality and effort. I'll actually find a legit spot in the house to film and it'll be really awesome. But right now, Future Carla, you're just gonna have to deal with the low quality, low budget videos because I ain't got time for that. And I'd rather do a lot of videos really quickly, really badly, and learn from each and every single one of them than to be spending 10 hours on a video that you're trying to complete for your jump cut course, and you haven't completed your jump cut course because you've been spending so much time trying to mimic a video in its style for an assignment instead of just doing a rough and dirty kind of video like I'm doing right now. The more you do something, the better you get at it. And I keep telling everybody in my life that you got to practice. But honestly, I haven't been practicing in the things that I want to do. And I really do enjoy the art of video, and I do want to get better at it. And the worst thing that could happen is that I guess I get a bunch of trolls saying that I look weird or I look like a kid, or, you know, no one watches it. But like, the whole point of the videos is that it's for me to you, because you're future Carla, I'm present Carla, and this is a communication between the two of us. Other developments today is I started on my, what do you call it? I started on my list of compliments that people have written or said to me. I had a great conversation yesterday with my friends Sarah and Rosie, and one of the points was brought of loving yourself and self-love. And affirmations are really, really great, but sometimes whenever I listen to affirmations or read affirmations online, I don't really believe them because they're made for anyone who's reading them. So I started to compile my own list of nice, positive things that people have either written to me in a greeting card or have said to me and that I remember. So I'm just compiling it all down so that way, whenever I'm feeling kind of bummy or I'm feeling kind of lame, I could kind of look at that document and remember that I am pretty awesome, that I'm badass, that I am enough, that I work really hard, that I'm not lazy, and that I'm worth it. Because even though a lot of my friends, they see me really upbeat and stuff, and they see me really passionate about loving myself, it's not always like that. You know, you're always your biggest critic, and I'm no exception to that rule. So I just added a new tool to my toolkit for self-love, and I'm kind of excited. Unfortunately, like, 2 of the things I wrote down were from people that were in previous chapters of my life, but what they wrote down in these greeting cards were really sweet and really memorable, so I wrote them down anyway. It's always a little bittersweet and painful whenever I see notes that people who used to be big parts of my life that are now gone for one reason or another. Whenever I read these notes and I'm like, I miss that person. But as you know, future Carla, people come and go, and the best thing you can do is hold on to the memories and lessons that you learn from each individual person that you encounter. And no matter how many people step in and out of your life, remember that there's a season for everything, and you just have to appreciate who comes across your path, and you need to let them know that you appreciate them too. Another thing that I did today is I did some reading. I'm now on chapter 6 of Boundaries. The book is getting really, really good. There's a lot of parts of it that I really jive with. I always feel a lot of pressure from exterior sources, and I wish I had one of the quotes with me. But the sentiment was, you're not responsible for how other people feel. So it's really important that while it's good to be considerate of other people's feelings, at the end of the day, you're not responsible for how other people feel to something you tell them. And if it's between telling the truth or telling a white lie just to make someone else feel better, in the end it's not really good for you, because you're the one who just swallows up all that resentment and it builds. And I know that firsthand because I've experienced it. So it's really nice reading a book that kind of reminds me of these like lessons. Anyways, I am going to stop the recording. It's almost 10 minutes, and I'm sure you have other things to do than to be listening to me. Anyone else who is out there and who's listening to these video diaries, welcome to the Carla Nation. And maybe that'll stick, maybe it won't. But since these entries are for Future Carla, I'm assuming that you are taking the role of Future Carla, and when the video ends, you can return back to your identity. But until the video ends, you are Future Carla for the 10, almost 11 minutes that this video is going. Anyways, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.